Okay, I'm going to play a scene from Contact again. Now, so I've taken my source input digital level up to plus 12 dB, plus raised those levels up plus 12 dB center LCR surround. Usually with PA equipment it's associated with a bit of signal noise ratio, so I want to minimize that, and what I'm going to do is set the fader at a low level down here. I'll set it at a low level because during the opening it's loud, bassy, impacting, and then it gradually, as the sound just moves away from the surrounds over to the LCR, and then down to the center channel eventually, and then a little bit to the left and right channel, and I think maybe a little bit on the surround, as it's gradually passing through our solar system, and eventually the sound then just moves down into the center channel, because everything that's wide, so like stereo, it's usually very close, say with two people talking and the conversation, and the further away you walk away from them, the sound just goes like that. It gets narrower and narrower until eventually it's like a single mono signal. It's not stereo anymore, or we perceive it as like stereo, or time delays and arrivals. Anyway, so I'll start the scene. I'm pretty sure in the cinema, I'm sure the fader, someone sure was riding my fader, you know. So I'm not going to play the LCR in this, and I'm going to have the surrounds because you wouldn't really notice. Start about 34 dB. You never expected this in the cinema, and then suddenly, bam. So I'm gradually adjusting the fader to the differences and the variances and the dynamics of the sound mix.
I'm not a criminal. Robert Kennedy was shot in that We are free at last. A sniper has fired at President Kennedy.
It's gradually getting fainter now in the center channel. And the radio transmissions and the power of what the power they were using. So, not sure if the camera will pick it up, the sound. But at a certain point, I can hear where the mixers are fading it down. At about 2 minutes 53 seconds, there's like a thump sound. It's not loud thump, because the fader, realistically, in the cinema somewhere, it would be either turned down or someone might be running the fader, but there's like a very low level thump sound in the background, as if a mute button has been activated just when the fader levels are being faded down and then muted, and then I can hear it. Just play back just the last few seconds. Use the Sony fader and take the gain level up just a bit extra more. There. But there is some other signal noise ratio I'm hearing. Just trying to fathom it. So pause the movie. Wait for 2 minute 53. But there is still, if I pause, yeah, there is still some sort of signal noise ratio there that's very faintly playing, but it is so far down. So far down, it's probably minus. If the fader was, at 7, I would say this signal noise is probably well down below, oh gosh, probably way below minus 80 dB. But because I've got the levels boosted up here, they're up at, at present, I think around about 24, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40. They're up to about plus 40 dB. I wouldn't advise playing that in your home theatre, because you'll literally destroy your amplifiers before you destroy your speakers. And you've got to be very skilled. And so, like, I'm an ex-projectionist, so you've got to be very skilled. There's no room for error. But there is still some signal noise ratio in the background. Not that the camera's going to pick this up, because I would have to do a video recording that's connected directly to the system. It could be a Denon that's doing it, but I doubt it. Because if I pause the video, I don't hear it much. Unpause it, and I can hear some sort of very mild low. Anyway, sound's going to come in a sec. It's going to fade in. I'll gradually start riding the fader.
CQ, this is W9GFO here. Come back. CQ, CQ, this is W9GFO here. Come back. CQ, CQ, this is W9GFO. Is anybody out there?
Yeah, I like this movie, radio and being on the CB and that, signal noise ratio and all that noise out there. Yeah, so I'm not proving anything. I'm just sort of like saying, like, how many people could hear that final bit of sound in the movie where just as the radio signal, what is it? You know, so you can hear Marconi doing the Morse code just at about 2 minute 33. And that's really the last sort of signal radio transmission, because Marconi, who did the first radio Morse code transmission, is only a few miles away from where I live at Sandbanks. And that's where the first radio transmission was done from, here in the UK, in Sandbanks, Dorset, UK. Just imagine that signal's still travelling, if it is, still travelling out there. That boggles my mind. And then eventually, you just hear crackle static, because the universe has got planets and such, and there's certain pulsars and quasars, and then they generate signals, and that's them, all that's out there. Wow.